If you had that one family member that was in the drug game from the 80s and was successful,
I say the 90s. You know what I mean? Just for the simple fact, it was like being there. It was like pre-internet. There was no cell phone, so like you want to know where your man's is at. You just see their bike in front of like niggas' crib and shit. Like it was cool. You know what I mean?
The 80s seem lit, bro. 80s seem lit as fuck, yo. I could pick 80s in any country.
boy,
Crazy, bro.
That's
Like crazy.
It was a vibe.
You could drop me in Moscow. I can't speak Russian, nigga.
I'm
but
weak.
fucking like,
I was gonna say the Roaring Twenties, only because I wanted to like go to a Great Gatsby party, dressing up, going to a party and just partying, like every weekend, right?
I was gonna say the 20s too. Only because like, you know, jazz came about, bootleggers and shit like that. Like, it was a whole different style.
I don't want to be a black man out here.
60s was lit because niggas was like just doing all types of drugs and just fucking left and right. They ain't had no AIDS. You feel something, you go to the doctor, you get a penicillin shot, you all good. You go right back to fucking.
I'm gonna say the 90s. Fuck with the fashion in the 90s. A lot of people do, clearly, because that's like happening like type shit right now. The music too. Fuck with the music a lot from the 90s. Hip hop, R&B.
I'm rocking with this era that I'm living with right now. We the most advanced. Think of, right, Corona. We normalized this virus. It hasn't even been a year yet. And we over it. We like, this is lit now, bro. Look how I'm dressed. Look how we all dress. It's like a mixture of everything. We got like everything combined.
Nah, I
It's
ain't
like,
that was kind of lit. We got vaccines that don't work. Like,
Probably the 60s, cause like, you know, you got television, you got toaster ovens and shit. You know what I'm saying? Bro, they have them since in the 20s, bro.
I think my favorite era probably would be the 80s. Every good TV series is either in the 80s, like I would say like from 75 to 85. That life era right there, like
And for the fake, that's half of the movies that come out now.
that's what I'm saying, like the reboot, like the remakes and stuff. If you had that one family member that was in the drug game from the 80s and was successful,
My favorite ever would probably be the 90s. We all grew up from the 90s, so we experienced a lot what that happened in the 90s. The whole Big and Pac, we had Jay-Z, we had all them growing up.
Exactly.
We went through mad technology advancements and all that shit.
Pick the 80s because, you know, everything was popping at that time. You know, Pablo Escobar was one of the richest motherfuckers and that era too. That's a decade where everybody had rhythm.
It's the 90s, man. I feel like a lot of people got this answer, but it's the 90s because I feel like that had the best era of music, the best era of sports, the best era of women, like everything, bro. That's, you feel me? Like,
He said everything I was gonna say. Like, I fake said it to him over there. This way he
I was fake thinking that though, like
the females,
swag.
the way they used to dress back then.
the fashion.
That's what I really.
you starting to get away from the internet, so you feel me? The no cyber shit, like.
That's fire.
2007 to 2017 is the best decade for me, at least. Just for the simple fact that, you know, I was a young boy, you know what I'm saying, growing up. You know, Drake came out, you know what I'm saying? I was out here, you know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, man.